Hello, my name's Crissi Blair. I'm a facilitator in the National Library of New Zealand Services to Schools National Capability Team. I've also worked as a school librarian. I was a judge for the New Zealand Book Awards for Children and Young Adults in 2018 and 2019. We have awards for Best Picture Book, Junior and Young Adult Fiction, Non-Fiction, Te Reo Māori, Illustration, Best First Book, and the overall champion, the Margaret Mahy Book of the Year. Today I'm going to talk to you about a book that won Best Young Adult Fiction and Book of the Year at our awards back in 2009, and it's still one of my all-time favourite novels, The 10 p.m. Question by Kate Goldie. This novel is not just for YA readers, but has been very popular with adults too. As well as being a hit with the Children's Book Awards, it was finalist in New Zealand's Adult Awards that year, winning the Reader's Choice. Internationally, it's also a White Raven title. Don't you love this cover? I think of it as giving a nod to the many quirky individuals who populate the story. The 10 p.m. Question centres around 12-year-old Frankie and his family and friends. Gordana is the suitably snarky older sister who's always on the phone to her friends and gives Frankie a hard time, but is there for him when he needs her. Louis, the sophisticated older brother, has gone flatting but visits regularly for meals and washing. Uncle George is Frankie's father and does a precarious job of keeping the household running while Ma bakes cakes for a living. There's also a marvellously eclectic household of cheerful aunties who visit regularly and provide another riotous aspect to Frankie's world. He has a best mate, Gigs. They share their own secret language and a love of cricket. But Frankie's world gets a big shake-up when a new kid arrives in the neighbourhood. Her name is Sydney, and along with her mum and little sisters Galway and Calcutta, have moved around a lot. She looks different to anyone Frankie's ever met, with dreadlocks, clothes she's made herself, and a truly individual personality. She's also very curious and fascinated by Frankie's home life, and asks a lot of questions, some of which Frankie is not too keen to answer. Frankie is a worrier. He worries about everything. Have the smoke alarm batteries expired? Will there be bus money to get to school? Does he have food poisoning? This is where the title comes into play. Every night around 10 p.m, Frankie appears at his mother's bedside to ask about something that's worrying him. His mother calmly reassures him, but really, she's a bit of a worry herself. The one question Frankie most needs the answer to is the one he can't ask. Why does his mother never leave the house? This novel isn't plot-driven, it's all about the characters and their evolution as they rub up against each other. The learning, the kindness, the struggle to understand. I felt immersed in Frankie's family, that I had come to know them all personally. I can picture myself sitting in their house, spending time in the kitchen with Ma, tasting her delectable cakes. Author Kate Goldie is an amazing baker herself and spent time writing her book in the local cafe, and for a time baked cakes for them. You can almost smell the sweet aroma of baked goods as you read. These are real lives. We go to school with Frankie. We know his teachers and friends and the challenges of everyday life. He panics about going to school camp because how will Ma cope without him? He's taken on so much responsibility. The anxiety and tension in the various relationships are what create the momentum in the story, building to a dramatic showdown that breaks your heart just a little bit. Even though it's more than a decade since this book was published, the characters still live with me. The sense of those ties that bind us together with those we love. This is a book for capable readers from around 12 and up, and adults too. Readers who love to really get to know characters they can empathise with, facing their personal challenges. A story that will touch your heart. I hope you enjoy reading it too.